Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are studying Standard 8 Mathematics Chapter 1 Rational and Irrational Numbers. Before we begin with this chapter, let us recall certain things that we studied regarding numbers in Standard 6. So first, that is natural numbers, and even natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. See, if I have with me some apples and if I give you those apples and if I tell you please count and let me know how many apples are there. So you'll take those apples and you'll take the first one and you'll say 1, then second one 2, third one 3. So you'll start counting those apples from 1. So numbers that we count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on till infinity, we call it as natural numbers. So here the smallest natural number is 1 and greatest natural number no one can determine because they are infinite. So this is with natural numbers, or you can even say counting numbers. Numbers which we count from 1, 2, 3, 4. Then second thing that we studied in 6th standard, that was whole numbers. Whole numbers are nothing but natural numbers along with 0. So the numbers which we write from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till infinity, we call it as whole numbers. So smallest whole number is 0 and greatest whole number no one can predict because they are infinite. So from here you can observe one thing, that is every natural number is a whole number. 1 is a natural number, yes, it is also a whole number. 2 is a natural number, yes, it is also a whole number. That means every natural number is a whole number. But every whole number is not a natural number because 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. Then after natural number and whole numbers, we studied in 6th standard, that was integers. You had a separate chapter on integers. So I will write first all the whole numbers. You know very well numbers which we count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till infinity. We call it as whole numbers. So this is 0. And to the right side of 0 is 1, then 2, then 3. So the numbers which are to the right side of 0, these are positive numbers. This 1 is nothing but positive 1. This 2 is nothing but positive 2. Only the thing is what? We don't write this plus sign in front of these numbers, but they are positive numbers to the right side of 0. Even to the left side of 0, there are some numbers, and these numbers are negative numbers like -1, -2, -3, -4, ... So here the numbers to the left side of 0 are negative, numbers to the right side of 0 are positive, and 0 is neither positive nor negative. It is not positive also, and even it is not negative. So all the negative numbers 0 and all the positive numbers, we call this term as integers. So negative numbers are nothing but negative integers, positive numbers are nothing but positive integers, and 0, you know, it's neither positive nor negative. So all the negative numbers are integers. 0 is an integer. All the positive numbers are also integers. So this is what we studied about integers in standard 6. So smallest integer no one can predict because they are infinite. And you know, as you go to the left side, the value of number decreases. And as you go to the right side, the value of number increases. So here -4, then -5, -6, so on. So many numbers are there. So smallest number we cannot tell. Biggest number also. We cannot tell because these numbers are infinite. So smallest integer no one can predict, biggest integer also no one can predict. So all the negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers, we call it as integers. So here, every natural number is an integer. Every whole number is also integer, but every integer is not natural number and whole number, because negative integers cannot be whole number and 0 and all the negative integers cannot be natural numbers. So this is what you have to keep in mind. Then after this, the fourth point is fractional numbers. Fractional numbers. I will write the definition, try to understand. Numbers in the form P upon Q, where P and Q are natural numbers. So fractional numbers means numbers in the form P upon Q. Numbers in the form P upon Q means in numerator and denominator form, where P and Q, that is both numerator and denominator, are natural numbers, that is numbers from 1 to infinity. So see here, 6 upon 9. 6 is a natural number, 9 is a natural number, therefore we can say 6 upon 9 is a fractional number. 4 upon 2. 4 is a natural number, 2 is a natural number, therefore we can say that 4 upon 2 is a fractional number. So fractional numbers are numbers in numerator and denominator form, where both numerator and denominator are natural numbers. So see, natural numbers, that is numbers that we count from 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Whole numbers, numbers that we count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Integers, all the negative numbers, 0, and all the positive numbers, we call it as integers. And fractional numbers, that is numbers in numerator and denominator form, where both numerator and denominator are natural numbers. Now we begin with the first part of this chapter, that is rational numbers. My dear children, in 7th standard you had a chapter, operations on rational numbers, and in this chapter you have studied what is meant by rational numbers, and how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, and how to divide, that is how to carry on the operations on this rational numbers. In 7th standard you have studied. So you studied in 7th standard the definition of rational number. The same definition I am going to write here so that you will understand it more clearly. So we will try to understand first what is meant by rational numbers. Numbers in the form m upon n. You can take any variable, a upon b, c upon d, p upon q, whatever, no problem. So numbers in the form m upon n, where m and n are integers, but n is a non-zero integer. So this is the definition of rational numbers. In 7th standard you have studied. Numbers in the form m upon n, that means numbers in numerator and denominator form, where m and n means both numerator and denominator are integers. So you know integers means negative number, positive number, and 0. But only one condition they have given, that n means the denominator is a non-zero integer. That means n denominator is non-zero, means it is not equal to 0. So numerator can be negative number, no problem. It can be positive number, no problem. It can also be 0, because 0 is also integer. And denominator is also integer. It can be negative, no problem. It can be positive, no problem. But it cannot be 0. If 0 is in the place of denominator, then the number is not a rational number. Now see, for example, if I take minus 4 upon 3. See, minus 4 is negative integer, 3 is positive integer, both are integers. And 3, that is denominator, is not 0. It is positive number. So therefore this number, minus 4 upon 3, is a rational number. Okay. Then 0 upon 9. 0 is an integer. 9 is also integer. Denominator place 9 is non-zero, means it is not 0. Therefore this 0 upon 9 is a rational number. 0 can be in the place of numerator. Only the thing is, it should not be in the place of denominator. Minus 8 upon 4. It is also a rational number. Now if I write 4 upon 0. 4 is an integer. 0 is also an integer. But it is 0. It is told that denominator should not be 0. It should be a non-zero integer. Non-zero integer means it can be negative, it can be positive, but not 0. But here we have 0. Therefore this number 4 upon 0 is not a rational number. And if you try to do this division, 4 divided by 0, you will not get the answer. Even you can open the calculators and do. Any number divided by 0, you will get cannot be defined. Still, this answer is not yet defined. So, only the thing you have to keep in mind. Numerator can be any integer. Numerator, the number which you write up. It can be any integer. It can be negative, it can be positive, it can also be 0. But denominator, it cannot be 0. It can be negative number, it can be positive number, but it cannot be 0. So this is what you have to keep in mind. So numbers in the form m upon n, where m and n, that is numerator and denominator, are integers. Only the thing you have to keep in mind, that denominator, that is n, is a non-zero integer. Non-zero integer means it cannot be 0. It can be positive, it can be negative, but it cannot be 0. This is what you have to keep in mind. So, between any two rational numbers, there are infinite rational numbers. So that is, there are infinite rational numbers between any two rational numbers. In 7th standard you have studied. For example, if you take 3 upon 2 and 7 upon 2. So rational numbers between 3 upon 2 and 7 upon 2 are 4 upon 2, 5 upon 2, 6 upon 2. So you can take equivalent of 3 upon 2. Equivalent fraction of 3 upon 2. If I multiply both with 2, then 6 upon 4. Then 7 upon 4. Okay. And if 14 upon 4 it is. So between 6 upon 4 and 14 upon 4, numbers are 6 upon 4, 7 upon 4, 8 upon 4, 9 upon 4, 10 upon 4, all these numbers. So again you can make equivalent fractions. So like this way, between two rational numbers, there are infinite rational numbers. This is also the thing you have to keep in mind. This is what you studied in standard 7. Okay, the next point we begin, that is to represent rational number on number line. How to represent a rational number on number line. So we can take the example from the textbook, that is 7 upon 3, 2 and minus 2 upon 3. Seven upon 3, 2 and minus 2 upon 3. So 7 upon 3 is a rational number, 2 is a rational number, minus 2 upon 3 is also a rational number. So this 2 is nothing but 2 upon 1. And you see, these all denominators are 3. We can make even denominator of this 2 upon 3, 3. Just multiply both numerator and denominator with 3. You will get 6 upon 3. So 6 upon 3 is nothing but this 2. Okay. This 2 is nothing but 6 upon 3. So you know, when you multiply numerator and denominator of a fraction with same number, you get the equivalent fraction. So now, what is the thing you have to keep in mind? That denominators are 3. And to represent these rational numbers on number line, first thing we have to do is, we need to draw number line. So I don't have here equipments with me. You have to use proper scale. So first thing is, you will draw a number line. So you know very well 0. To the right side of 0 are positive numbers. To the left side of 0 are negative numbers. So take proper measurement. So here this is 1 unit. 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So here denominators are 3. So 1 unit you have to divide into 3 equal parts. Since denominator is 3, this 1 unit you have to divide into 3 equal parts. That means 3 minus 1, 2, means 2 dots I will give. 1 and 2. See, 1, 2, 3. So this unit 0 to 1 is divided into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. So like this way, unit 1 to 2 also you have to divide into 3 equal parts. Unit 2 to 3 also divide in 3 equal parts. To the left side also, unit 0 to minus 1 also you have to divide into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. Minus 1 to minus 2, this unit also you have to divide into 3 equal parts. So each unit has to be divided into 3 equal parts. Now the first part you can see here, to the right side of 0 is nothing but 1 upon 3. This is 2 upon 3. This is 3 upon 3. 3 upon 3 means 3 1 are 3, 3 1 are 3, that is 1. Okay. So this is what you have to keep in mind. So the first part which is there is nothing but 1 upon 3 to the right side of 0. And to the left side of 0, this first part is minus 1 upon 3. So we want to show 7 upon 3. So see here, this first one is 1 upon 3, 2 upon 3, 3 upon 3, 4 upon 3, 5 upon 3. This is 2. 2 means 6 upon 3. And this number here is nothing but 7 upon 3. This is 2. 2 is nothing but 6 upon 3 only. And minus 2 upon 3 also they told to show. Minus 2 will be to the left side of 0. So first one which is there is minus 1 upon 3. And the second one is minus 2 upon 3. So this way we can represent a rational number on a number line. Now we begin with practice set 1.1 and the question is represent the given rational numbers on number line. So first one we have is 3 upon 2, 5 upon 2 and minus 3 upon 2. So first thing we will draw a number line. You have to draw it with scale and pencil. Here I don't have equipments with me, therefore I am drawing it like that only. 0 to the right side, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. You have to take accurate measurements, properly you have to take. To the left side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So here you see denominator is 2. That means each unit you have to divide in 2 equal parts. Unit 0 to 1, I will divide in 2 equal parts. 2 minus 1 is 1. So therefore 1 dot I will give. 2 equal parts, 1 and 2. So this unit also divided into 2 equal parts. Unit 1 to 2 is also divided into 2 equal parts. So each unit to the left side also you have to divide in 2 equal parts. Since denominator is 2. So the first part which is there to the right side of 0 is 1 upon 2. Then this is 2 upon 2. 2 upon 2 is nothing but 1. And this is 3 upon 2. Next we have to show 5 upon 2. After 3 upon 2, this is 4 upon 2. 4 upon 2 is nothing but 2. Then this now which is there is 5 upon 2. And the next number is minus 3 upon 2. Since it is negative, it will be to the left side of 0. So first part which is there is minus 1 upon 2. This is minus 2 upon 2, that is nothing but minus 1. Minus 2 upon 2 means 2 1 are 2, 2 1 are 2, that is minus 1. And this one which is there is minus 3 upon 2. Minus 3 upon 2. Second example, 7 upon 5, minus 2 upon 5 and minus 4 upon 5. Let's draw the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, you can give minus 3 also. So now denominator is 5, so each unit should be divided into 5 equal parts. So 5 minus 1, 4. So 4 dots I'll give. See now, each unit, this unit 0 to 1 is divided in 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this way, unit 1 to 2 also you have to divide into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left side also you have to divide each unit into 5 equal parts. So now first 7 upon 5 you have to show it is positive, so to the right side. 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5, 5 upon 5, that is 1. 6 upon 5 and this one is 7 upon 5. Then next minus 2 upon 5, it will be to the left side of 0. First one is minus 1 upon 5 and the second is minus 2 upon 5. And then this is minus 3 upon 5 and this one is minus 4 upon 5. Third example, minus 5 upon 8 and 11 upon 8. Both are rational numbers and this we have to represent on number line. So first we will draw a number line. Zero, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. So 8 is the denominator, so each unit you are going to divide into 8 equal parts. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So unit 0 to 1 I have divided into 8 equal parts. Similarly this unit also. Unit 1 to 2 is also divided into 8 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left side also. So first you have to show minus 5 upon 8. Minus 5 upon 8 will be to the left side of 0. This will be minus 1 upon 8, minus 2 upon 8, minus 3 upon 8, minus 4 upon 8. This number is minus 5 upon 8. And 11 upon 8 will be to the right side. 1 upon 8, 2 upon 8, 3 upon 8, 4 upon 8, 5 upon 8, 6 upon 8, 7 upon 8, 8 upon 8, that is 1. 9 upon 8, 10 upon 8 and this one is 11 upon 8. Fourth example, 13 upon 10 and minus 17 upon 10. We will draw the number line. 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. Each unit you have to divide into 10 equal parts since 10 is the denominator. Just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each unit is divided into 10 equal parts. So first 13 upon 10. So this will be 10 upon 10, 1. 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10. So this is 13 upon 10. And minus 17 upon 10. So this will be 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 upon 10, minus 4 upon 10, 5 upon 10, minus 6 upon 10, minus 7 upon 10, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 is here. So this is minus 17 upon 10. So here we finish with practice set 1.3. Please like, share and subscribe this video and wait for my upcoming video, that is it will be practice set 1.2 and you'll be studying the topic how to compare the rational numbers. Thank you. May God bless you. Keep on studying and come out with bright colors.